Hi guys, it's Oberstadt. In today's video, we are doing something different. Number one, you are at my desk. Number two, there will be makeup involved. Number three, yeah, let's you see what time it is? Yeah, that's AM. AM. So this is going to be a series that I call Ranting with Rebecca. So we're gonna do makeup and a rant. I just got off work. I technically clocked out a few minutes after 3 a.m. because I had a customer that ended up timing out on me. So yeah, I will try and break down my jargon that I use as I do things, but because I still have 8 or 9 palettes to still get through, I'm gonna be working on the BH Color Festival and what are you? Carnival Candy from Elf. I'm gonna be using these 2 palettes to do looks with. Move my keyboard a little bit and my wrist safer, so I have a little bit of space. Move the camera too. I am recording this directly into my Wondership Filmora 10. So I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm just going to film it into here and then edit it and then put it up. I haven't filmed any makeup content in ages because by the time I get off work, it's this time in the morning and I can't go film in the bathroom because the old man keeps saying I keep waking him up. So let's leave the sleeping bear asleep, okay? So I have my tray here that has a few random things on it, some stuff that I brought back from my trip that I never put away, some new makeup. I have a few brushes out here as well as I don't know, I need to redo the tray, but a lot of the stuff on the tray is new makeup or newer makeup that I need to test out. So there's that. And I have a few, I was going through all of my lip products and using all of those. So there's a few really strange colors left. So we'll have to see what I come up with. And I'm only going to be wearing this for a few hours anyways because it's 3:30 in the fucking morning. So, yeah, and there will be cussing. So I'm going to just play with makeup because I don't have any makeup content really filmed right now. A lot of it, let me look. A lot of it is vlog stuff or computer stuff. Why are you doing that? Stop that. It's a few vlogs, watch me build it, some unboxings, things like that. So what I plan on doing is filming this right now. I'm going to edit it tonight before I go to bed. And then I will publish this tomorrow because right now I have a Trend Mood Box unboxing scheduled and I have a CXC Beauty unboxing scheduled after that. And then there's so much stuff going on right now. It is absolutely not even funny. I haven't even filmed a members only video since all that stuff kind of got removed in June. So I still have August members only video to film and September's. So if you have any ideas, let me know what you want to see for the members only video because I haven't filmed that yet and I might as well just go out with a bang. We also still need to do members live. So I have an unboxing of Sydney Grace, a swatching of Sydney Grace, an unboxing and swatching of an indie brand, gifted products, pack with me to go to New York, a hair surprise, a blow dry video, what I bought clothing wise for New York, vlog from the train, desk setup and midnight ramblings or 3 a.m. ramblings, basically now, and a motorcycle ride. And that's what I have 13 unpublished or unscheduled videos on my channel right now on the main channel. The second channel has 30 something videos. And if I'm not mistaken, it's scheduled out until next week. Let me look. It's scheduled out until the 16th. So I'm good on that channel for a little bit. And then I have to play catch up Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with makeup because I know if I don't, this is gonna take a long time anyways because it's me. I have been testing out these new Gerard Cosmetics products. This is it's the label. It doesn't even say. It's worn off. Anyways, so I'm going to be using that as my eye base. Grab my bronzer here. And I'm just going to, not that I really need it, but I want to see, I have noticed that this product creases horribly bad on me. And everybody raved about it, so I bought 2 colors when I actually had time to sit down and buy it. I bought 2 colors. So yes, I know this looks a little crazy. I'm just gonna, and it's also supposed to be used as concealer, so we'll see. So anyways, so there's a lot going on. So we'll do life update stuff right now because I haven't had time to do one, and then we'll start with ranty stuff. and I'll explain what the video concept idea is. And then you guys, I mean, some of you guys have already said that you were okay with the idea, so I don't think many people are going to complain about it. And if you do too fucking bad, it's my channel anyways. Go away. So Tuesday and Wednesday this week, those are my days off. So I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday like every week. I work second and third shift. And, well, part of second and part of the third shift. I like work half and half. So anyways, I might as well just do regular concealer now too. So anyways, the washing machine broke a couple weeks, or a week or so ago. My dad has taken it apart, not once, not twice, but 3 times to see if he can get it fixed. And this thing is almost like slap empty, so I'm like scraping the sides. It may look like a lot, but trust me, this thing is like desert dry. So anyways, so my dad has torn apart the washing machine, which is a Maytag, by the way, more than once, trying to get it to work. He's put it back together. I was able to wash a couple of loads of laundry. It worked for me, and then he went to use it, and it didn't work for him. So I was able to wash my sheets and my laundry last week, but then when he went to wash his, it was like... So there's that, which is hilarious if you ask me. And then, so yeah, that was funny. Then the dishwasher stopped draining. Like, I would run the dishwasher and it would get done with its cycle and it would go to like dry the dishes, and there was this much water in the bottom. And I'm like, and I kept saying something about it to my dad. I'm like, man, we need to have like some service person come over here or something and fix our shit, because, you know, the 25 or 30-year-old dishwasher ain't working anymore. And it's like, you mean the 43-year-old dishwasher? I'm like, the dishwasher's older than I am? He's like, yes, the dishwasher is older than you are. I'm like, okay. The older than me dishwasher needs to have some repair done on it. And this is dry. I didn't get it wet, which is why I'm like slowly working in the product. So anyways, so then Dad was like, okay, I'll take a look at it. So he tore it apart and he's like trying to get it to work and trying to get it. And all I hear is thumping and banging and like this weird like swoosh noise that was going on. I finally get up from my chair because I was working when he started working on it one day. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on out here? Well, he's got one of those pump things off of a like laundry bottle that you like push down on it, and it has like a pre-portioned amount that it like sucks up and then stores it in like a chamber, and then you push down on the plunger and it like automatically pumps out like a certain amount. So he found one of those underneath the kitchen sink that belonged to like one of those like Amway things that he bought like 30 years ago. So he was using that and a hose to back pump the dishwasher, and it was like making this most hellacious fucking noise. I'm like, what is going on out here? I'm thinking the whole kitchen's like just gonna fall around his ears, right? So anyways, so then I guess before I do my eyes, I might as well do the rest of my face since I'm holding a bronzer. So he is like using this tube and this pump to try and get the water out. And so he ended up breaking down and finally asked me last week, like Wednesday or Thursday, to call somebody to get it serviced. He's like, can you call Lowe's and see who they recommend? So I called Lowe's. They're like, because we have people that don't know how customer service works, they like complain when they call somebody and they don't get their shit fixed to their satisfaction. I was like, dude, look, I work for an internet service provider. I know what customer service is. I'm not going to blame you if I go to a third party and my shit still broke afterwards. Granted, we bought the washing machine from you guys like 8 years ago, but I'm not going to hold it against you because the warranty ran out in like 2017. So he's like, okay, well, I can give you the information. He said, just don't hold it against me if you don't like what happens. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. By the way, this is the R1 from CXC Beauty. I'm going to grab the O1 or the O2 because, as you can see, it's not very dark. But the O2 is. And I didn't take the thingy off the mirror. This one's like weird. Let me do that. No. So anyways, the guy gave me a couple of numbers. I called the first place and they're like local, one town over. So they said that they could have somebody come Tuesday from 8 a.m. to noon. I'm like, It's my day off. I don't usually go to bed till like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. See the difference of what the O2 does? That's why I built up the R1, because it's a little too light, the R1 is. And I do like dip in between both of them because I really like how they blend. So anyway, so that's gonna happen Tuesday. And again, so it's gonna like fuck me up sleep wise, because that's like what time I normally sleep. And I try and stay on like the same schedule, sleep and wake time when I'm like off, so that I don't like screw up the rest of me. Because like I can get off a schedule like and like completely screw everything up. So anyways, the guy's gonna come, and then the next day on Wednesday we have somebody coming to measure the windows inside and out of the house. I'm like, great, what time are they coming? They're coming at 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. to do that, and they have to measure the outside of the window and the inside of the window because we're getting new windows. You know, which is great and all, but again, screwing up my sleep. So Tuesday and Wednesday this week, I'm not gonna get like any fucking sleep. And then so what I'll probably end up doing both days is work overtime, or I'll sleep. I'll try and lay down and get some sleep before they get here. And then I will probably get up and then just stay up while they're here, because it's not like I can go back to bed. And my brother ain't gonna come out of his bedroom and fucking do nothing to help this fucking house. So anyways, stop it! His cat is tearing up shit. Like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. So anyways, so I have to stay up the entire time that they're here, which is yay for me. And then the, by the way, that was the Pat McGrath blush. This is a highlighter stick in Star Bright from ColourPop. It's new. So I'm going to be like team no sleep Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I will, like I said, I'll probably end up working overtime those days. So that's a few hours of overtime I'll get in. And anything over 5 hours of overtime puts me into a potential drawing for a $500 giveaway, which is like, I need the money. So I'm not going to turn that shit down. I worked 7 hours of overtime this week. Well, technically this is an eyeshadow brush, but I don't have a highlighter brush out here, so I'm just gonna... This is from Sugar Cosmetics. This is one of the new brushes that or the new product I got. What are you? Formulated in Italy. Okay, that didn't tell me anything. Contour to Force Mini Highlighter in Royal Rose. It's very powdery. I can kind of see it. I figured if I built it up on the other one that it would work. Let me see if I can pick up some of this like kick up on here. It's like so natural, it's like barely showing up. I can't even see it. Hang on, let's do the flashlight. There, now you can see it. That's bad. Okay, so I guess I'll do lips. No, I'll wait on lips. Do we even have anything in here for brows? Oh, I have another brush over here. I just found it. I have some brow gel. Oh, here's a brow pencil. Alright, so there's that. The other thing is that Jason and I are still looking for like somewhere to move that we can like both live and work, which is a difficult task because he can't work anywhere that his company has a like building, and his company has been closing down buildings left and right and center because of the fact of the pandemic, and a lot of people are working remote. And from what I understand, one entire state lost all of its buildings. So I don't know what happens to the people that live in that state, if they have to like move or what, because of the fact that they were living in a state in which there was an office, which is the requirement to work for this company. But now that they've closed the office, what happens? Do they have to relocate? And because Jason has asked more than once, trying to make sure that has increased, about moving and locations and stuff like that. If he tries to move to any of those other states now, they're going to be like really pissed and he'll get fired. So we're trying to know, like, neither of us want to break the law, and he doesn't technically want to get fired without having like a backup plan. So we're trying to figure out what the fuck to do, because it's like, do we move somewhere that I can afford the place, or do we move somewhere that he can afford it because he makes more money than I do? Or do we like try and compromise and get something we absolutely fucking hate in the price range that works, or what? Because I can't live in New York and work from New York for more than so many weeks, and because the system that I log into records my location every time I log in, they'll know when I'm not at home. So there's that issue. Then the other issue is that he's kind of reached the ceiling in which he can earn for his company. Like, he hasn't had a raise in like 3 or 4 years, and he is a salary employee, and it doesn't look like they're willing to give any type of incentives to stay with the company at all. Even though he's been there for over 20 years, he has no reason to stay. And they were like downsizing people out of his department, like left, right, and center, which is putting literally all of the work on him and 2 other employees and the boss. And he's kind of tired of doing everybody else's job. And I don't blame him for having that feeling. And so far I've used the first 3 colors of this. I haven't touched the blue yet. So there's that that's going on. And he is kind of like unhappy about some of the stuff that's going on. But he's also complacent with the fact that it's a company that he's been with for 20 years. Hello? Oh, it's time to stand up according to my watch. My watch can wait. So it's comfortable for him to stay there because of the fact that, he's been there so long. But then again, he'll never earn any more money than he's currently earning if he stays there, kind of thing. I need a smaller brush. Okay, just so you know, this was a V5 brush from BH Cosmetics. This is a Sigma brush. It's an E54. Now, I'm done with the e.l.f. palette for right now. I'm actually going to be going into this one. Trying to figure out what I want to do, because this is a really colorful palette. I'm going to sequence here. And I have a paper towel on my lap. I'm just kind of wiping the brush off onto when I switch colors. I've noticed a lot of my BH palettes lately have not been the best formula. Like, they're not doing so good. And I'm having a lot of problems with the pigmentation on them. And this one was gifted to me from a subscriber. So far, the pigmentation doesn't look too bad. Some of the ones that I bought, like in 2018, you go to use them, and like they crumble away, and then within an hour, it's like vanished off your eye. I'm like, where did it go? Like my Zodiac palette, I was really gonna think hard about depotting it and then keeping it, just getting rid of all the big bulky packaging. I'm not thinking that anymore. So anyway, so Jason's kind of in a rock and a hard place on what to do right now, whether or not to like try and look for another job. Does he need to like re-up some of his like education to like look for another job? Is anybody even gonna hire him? I mean, he's kind of at one of those spots in his life where he's of a certain age. Do they still hire men that are older in these computer fields, or do they just want new and young and that kind of thing? And again, I'm 40, so I'm not too far behind running into that issue myself, because, again, a lot of companies don't want to hire people that have more experience or more education or are older, because they don't want somebody that they can't, like, get fresh out of school and then train and have fun with or whatever. And some of us older people are just like, fuck you, when you ask us to do something, because we ain't gonna fucking do it. So there's that. I think I'm just going to go into pop right here for the other eye. So it's just one of those things that we're like considering and worrying about and that kind of thing. But then there's like my job, which my boss was like, hey, can you click this link for me? I was like, yeah, it pulls up this page. He's like, okay, click this and then click next and then click next and fill that out and click next and then type in your name and the last four of your social and hit okay. And I did. And I'm like, wait a minute, should I be reading any of this stuff? So I have now filled out for a different position than what my job actually is. Don't know if I will get it, but I applied for 3 different versions of the same type of job. It's just for different locations, and it's still not going to matter because I'm remote. I'll still be at home doing it, so location isn't going to matter. But then I got looking at like houses and stuff in the state in which my company has an office, like where my branch technically is that I work out of. And housing prices there with property are like 1/10 of the price they are here. I'm like, so I was talking to my boss about it today. I was like, so what's it like living in your state? He's like, it's a very red state. Everybody here is basically a racist motherfucker. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work because Jason's black. And he's like, how black does he look? I said, well, I'm darker than he is. Does that count? He goes, oh, then you should be fine. Wait, does he look black at all? It's like he has dreadlocks technically. He goes, yeah, he probably wouldn't want to live here. And I'm like, well, fuck. I was like, your prices there are super cheap. And he's like, I know, it's because everybody here's basically pond scum. I'm like, well, what happens when you live in a redneck kind of area? So, so that was kind of fun to discuss that with my boss because, like, I asked my friend Ashley about it. I was like, so does your state get cold, fluffy white shit? And she sent me a picture. She goes, this stuff? I was like, that's a nope. Okay, never mind. She's like, wait, why is snow a nope? I said, nope, too cold. She's like, it's not always like that, I promise. All right, I'm going to be weird with this eye that I did like that purplish pink. I'm going to grab this other BH brush, the V7. I'm going back into this little guy here for that blue. There's a blue in this one, but it's a different shade. I packed the brush. Wish me luck. Sorry, it takes more concentration than I thought. I have a little blip at the front of my eye. I hope I was able to get it. Yep, okay. So anyways, so I've been like inquiring about like other places to like look because I want to live in Tennessee. Jason wants a view of the mountains. He wants, 20 acres, which is okay with me. I think he said minimum 10, but preferred 20. So I've been looking at like places there. And then it's like, okay, so do we, don't we, I'm going to use Disco on the inner portion, and then I think I'm going to use the shade here over on this region of my eye, so we're going to do Disco and then Halo. So the prices in Tennessee aren't that bad, and we already kind of got like pre-approved for a certain amount there, but then again, that was based on when my income was a lot lower because I have gotten an increase in pay over the past like month. So that has changed. And then also, if Jason and I try and move to Tennessee, then his pay is non-existent. Because they told him if he moves out of New York, he will be fired. So trying to figure out if there's like some sort of like loophole. I am not liking how that looks. I'm going to use this smaller brush in that other blue shade again. So I don't know, there's a lot of like uncertainty with things right now. And then the whole premise behind this type of video is when I get off work at night, I just usually sit here and I like edit, or I watch YouTube, or watch, right now we're rewatching Voyager, or I play a video game or something for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I go to bed. So I figured, why not sit here, play makeup, film, like decompress my day on camera. And you know, I mean, I don't think you guys are gonna mind. I don't know, that color was prettier before I doctored it, so let me turn my finger. I think I done screwed up putting a lighter shade over it. Now we're just gonna have to stay with the blue. I'm gonna have to figure out how to blend that edge though. So, so anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. But then with work, I get some really stupid customers. Like, super stupid customers. I'll give you an example. This is an Ethernet cable. See? Ethernet cable. It's like a bigger version of a phone cable. This is a coaxial cable. It's usually round, and it has a round end on it with a little pokey thing in the center that looks like a tiny little needle. And usually both ends have it. So, what's the difference between an Ethernet cable and a coaxial cable, you ask? Well, does this one tell me what you are? Okay, this one's a Cat 6 cable. This here is a Cat 6 Ethernet cable, which means it should allow speeds between 400 Mbps up to 1 gig with very little latency issues. Okay, it does look like a fancy phone cable. It's a bigger phone cable, but this is how you hardwire from a modem to a networking interface card inside a computer. Okay, that's what this does. What this does is it connects the outside cable that comes into your home to your modem so that you can get internet signal connections. Not this one, this one. This one brings the services in through the wall for your internet, your cable, your TV, your phone. Most phone systems now are on the VoIP, which is a I'll put it on the screen what it is because my brain's dead right now. So it's basically an online phone. You have to have internet in order to have a phone, and you have to have power to run them both. So this connects your modem to services. This connects your modem to your computer so that your computer can get services. Also works on a laptop, also works for PlayStations and things like that that have an Ethernet port. They also make adapters for a USB port and an Ethernet connection that you can buy on Amazon for like $9. You plug this into a USB adapter, the USB adapter plugs into a USB port on your laptop, your smart devices, things like that, and it allows you to have an Ethernet connection connecting your device. Okay, this is what is called a hardwired method of internet. Okay, hardwired, not Wi-Fi, hardwired. Then you have a power cord. You know, the thing you plug into the wall socket that actually gets a power current, usually 110, hopefully not 220, that you use to run power from the wall to the machine to turn it on, right? Okay, that also usually has a completely different look on the end of it. And on the other end, you're going to have two little pokey bits that you stick in the wall. Sometimes there's three, but most of the times there's no ground on it. So you're only going to have a hot and a cold, okay? Just two little pokey bits that go in the wall provides power for that unit. So it shouldn't be too hard to figure out what the difference is between the cable is, especially since one of them is literally connected to a fucking power plug. So this is where the rant part of this video comes in. What I will probably do is when I film these little makeup videos like this, I will talk about the customers that don't know the difference between a power cable and an Ethernet cable. When you tell somebody to power cycle a machine, which basically means you unplug the device from the power current for a short amount of time, you wait, let it power down, you then power it back up, and you let it do its thing, right? After it does its thing, then what you can do is you can go and power it back on and see if your connection has refreshed, because a quick power cycle can just like, it's like, think of it this way, it's like deleting the cache and the cookies and the history from your browsing data and then restarting a brand new web page, because it like clears out all the junk that could be like bogging the system down. That's what it does when you do a power cycle on your device. Now, if you do a hard reset, you're going to leave your device unplugged for 15, 20, even 30 minutes, sometimes even overnight, depending on what you're trying to do. What that does, and I'm going to dig around in here and find another color to stick on my eye. I guess I'm not digging a queen because it doesn't look like I've used that shade very much. Like this purplish icy color. So anyways, that has some serious fallout. So anyways, I have had customers that do not know the difference between a power cable and an Ethernet cable. When I have a customer that chats in and they're getting slow speeds, I'm like, are you using a hardwired connection or are you only using Wi-Fi? And they're like, what's a hardwired connection? I said, are you using an Ethernet cable? What's that? Is that the round one that comes out and goes to the router? I said, well, technically there should be more than one cable that's round that goes to your router, one being the power cord. And then they ask which one the power cord is. I'm like, the one plugged into the wall socket. And they're like, is it the black one? I'm like, most of the time the power cord is black, yes. So anyways, these videos will probably be roasting people that ask me stupid shit like that. I'm not going to bring up customer accounts. I'm not going to mention names. I might talk about a location or two, like a state in general. Male, female. I might not even speak on either of those unless it's relevant to the story. But these makeup videos that I'm going to do at night like this are more than likely going to be centered around something like that. I'm using a color called VIP on my finger because I didn't feel like picking up a brush. So yeah, there's that. And if you guys want to stick around for these like ranty makeup videos with me where I just kind of sit here and play with makeup and talk shit about whatever happened that day at work, then, you know, I'll probably do these because I thought it would be a fun idea. I talked to my friend Mari about it. She has a YouTube channel, which I will leave linked down below. Go subscribe. She's from Texas. Well, not originally, but she lives in Texas now with her husband. And she is one of my co-workers, so go subscribe to her. Show her some love. Her English isn't perfect, but she's super sweet. So, anyways, so she thought it would be a good idea and said that she would definitely watch it. So, I mean, we talk some bad shit about stuff all the time. I'm like, you're not gonna believe what I have on my chat now. And she's like, what'd you get this time? I'm dealing with this one. And I'm like, well, this is what I got, and this is what's going on, and this is what they just told me. And they're like, oh my god, really? So that's what we do behind the scenes. That, you know, and you know, very rarely do we share customer names with each other unless it's like, oh lord, that guy transferred us to the wrong place again. You're like, wait a minute, is it the guy with the name that's like this long? And she's like, yes. I was like, put in a ticket on that and report it. She's like, I did, but they're not doing anything about it. I looked at my list today. I have 4 put in on them. So anyways, this is kind of going to be like generic ranting, talking about stupid shit people do. And if you're into stuff like that or you're curious, then, you know, it'll be a fun time. We'll talk some shit. And what? I actually have a pink liner. This one's new. This is called Boots. I picked this up when ColourPop was having a huge sale and stuff. Not that I really need to be putting eyeliner on right now at 4:09 a.m. I wonder if I have that blue one on the tray. Do I have that blue one on the tray? I have a new, ooh, I do. I have a new blue one from Nabla. Let me try it. Holy fuck. Okay, I got it. And break the tip off or nothing. Man, that sucker's pigmented. Whew. Okay. What am I going to do with the other eye? Oh, I got a golden colored one here. This will probably work. This is macrame. I'll stick this one in the other one. Oh, hang on. It's shy. Or it's shrunk. I gotta... Look. I can almost choose it. Alright. Let's try this now. trying to be careful because that edge looks sharp and I don't want to like stab the hell out of my eye. Okay, got that on. Lips. What am I gonna do for lips? Oh, like hot pink on one eye and purple on the other. I got an idea. I got purple. We'll do purple around the edge. We'll see how this is. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this. This is a NYX Candy Slick. Smells like grape. It's almost like it's a lip gloss. And my lips feel weird. Okay, I'm gonna give that a minute. I don't know if it's a lip. My lips are like itching. Maybe it's just drying. That's a really weird sensation. Okay, I'm gonna mascara while that itches. Might not be a good thing. Might have to wash my mouth off. Yeah, that's definitely itching. Let me do mascara really quick while I sit here and debate on whether or not I'm gonna go wash this lip off. No, shut up. I'm not going to bed yet. Still kind of itchy. And it hasn't really dried, so wow. Yuck. So that's a no on that. What else do I have? I got some gray and some red and a weird looking pink, and I got this one from Sephora I got for free, which I actually know I like this color. It's a little on the bold side. So I'm gonna throw this on top. This is from Trust Fund Beauty. It's in Text Me. It's like a really pretty coppery shade. Well, that didn't work. I don't want to get it all over the dough foot, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna see if I can get that off. I got some of it off. It's like hot pink with like some gold. I don't know, it's an interesting color. So So I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom this in, but I will like try. And let me get my flashlight. So, what do you guys think? Would you wear either of these? Probably most people would probably wear this one over here. It's more wearable. I used all 4 of these shades. Out of this one, I used the first shade. This is the one I tried to use like over here, and it was like, nope. I used Queen over the majority of the lid. I used this shade and this shade, one on each eye. And then I came in with VIP on the outer edge on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades I used out of here, and I used all 4 of these. So the shimmers in this one are really super chunky. I'll probably still keep it because this was not only gifted to me, but it came broken, and so I already knew that the shimmers were kind of chunky. And this one here, I think what I want to do with all these little elf palettes, instead of like getting rid of them, I really like the formulas of these because they're really super easy to blend. I want to try and like depot these and stick them in like their own little like magnetic case, because I have 3 or 4 of these now. Well, I have the 2 that Elf actually sent me, and then I have the ones that I've bought. So I was always excited when Elf reached out to me through Magic Links. Is how I got the first like Elf package. Was Magic Links sent me a message and said, hey, would you be willing to test out and do a video or whatever on Elf? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, because like, why not? I've been using Elf since they were like $1. So there's that. The eyeshadow base, I won't know what's going on with that until like later, so that'll be like a vlog clip. I'm at 51 minutes now, so I will try and like speed up some of the non-talking parts. But for the most part, what do you guys think about this video idea? Do you think it would be a good idea to do like where I'm like kind of like decompress at the end of my day, play with makeup and talk shit? I mean, why not? And just call it Ranting with Rebecca. And I will make a whole new playlist for it on YouTube, and that way not only am I using the rest of my palettes, because I still needed, the whole idea is I wanted to go through and use all of my eyeshadows once, all of my palettes once before I did another big declutter. And I haven't done any declutters this year on purpose because there's a lot of things I'm doing. Like I'm going through all my lip products and I'm using all of them at least once. I still have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I put you back in the tray. So I have 13 lip products to still get through to use all of them. Well, if I count the new one, 14, but you know, that's brand new. I just got it. And technically I've already used it once. You just didn't see it on camera. But I'm trying to go through all of my lip products to see, oh, there's another one here. But I've worn that one recently, but I'll put it back on the tray. So, you know, there's a lot of like things on my tray that I still need. Oh, look, there's another one. There's another lip product. So the list just keeps growing. So anyways, I have that many to still go through and use and see whether it's worth keeping or not, because what I want to do is use all of them at least once to see how I like them, how they wear, that kind of thing. Do they make my lips itch like this Nyx one does? Because if it does, then there's no point in me keeping it. So I'm trying to get that done, and then I'll do like a big declutter. So plus, if I'm like looking at moving, then I'm gonna have to do a huge declutter anyways, because there's some things that I know I just don't want anymore because it doesn't work the way it should. So there's that. So yeah, anyways, I will see you guys later. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you want a video series called Ranting with Rebecca, where I just kind of like decompress at the end of my day, talk shit about the stupid shit customers do, or just talk about life or whatever? Let me know if you guys like the idea in the comment section down below. And if you made it this far, leave me a purple emoji, because my poor lips are still kind of itching. So I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic day or night, wherever you are. Bye.